What about endorsing us to sponsor you becoming a product yourself now? If that means slaving away your freedom of mind, freedom of choice to trade it in for a hero, but it's really corporate worship, when it boils down to spending irresponsibly and companies taking advantage of your consuming to fatten up your ideas and perception for the comfort to ease the pain from the day to day, only to force you to fasten while fasting the moral compass, ready to slim down your chances just to pick up the prices they're willing to pay.
It's more important to know how to interact with someone utilizing these personality traits than how to identify the traits in a person. Because when you can identify how to interact with a person utilizing these traits,
The things that, like, just for an example, that two of the ladies would come over and tend to my.
You may very well be in a position where you need that exploration and experience. It's like that's going to be what it takes both for you to feel satisfied with the level of experience you have and also to get an opportunity to experience genuine consequences from it.
Yo. It's Friday. What's up? What's the word? Talk to me. How we feeling? Peace, blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. We are here. We are back. We are live, man. The Addict Virtual Open Mic. I am your host for the evening. Deep Entropy, Last of a Writer's Creed. Shout out to my people watching from Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble. Do me a solid, hit that thumbs up on the way in. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Tell your people to tell their people to tell their people. Looking for poets, writers, artists, performers. I don't care. Archaeologists, bring them. Let them know what we got going on this side of the internet, man. You are welcome. This is a warm and inviting place for every single body. And tonight we are here to vibe, to enjoy each other's company, the fellowship, just to chill, to forget about the stresses of life. That's what we honor. That's what we pay homage to. First and foremost, though, the Most High, the one who gave us life and breath. Yeah, we got a good show for you. I'm excited. Been waiting to get back to this. It's like breathing water for me. I love the poetry community. I love this energy, this vibe, this yeah. I'm always in my natural habitat when I jump in these spaces, man. And these gentlemen that I'm about to bring up here, they ain't no slouches. They've been up here multiple times. Excellent writers, deep in thought, conscious, humble, chill. I'm telling you, these are the type of people. If you're looking for your tribe, if you're looking for a group of people who are just relaxed, laid back, chill, they about their business, about their family, about community, and just having a good, respectable, decent time without all of the drama, this is where you want to be at. 1000%. 1,000%.
What?
1,000%. But before we even go there though, I'm gonna kick the show off for y'all. I don't read very often. It's been a while since I've been in my bag like that. But I'm gonna kick the show off, and then we're gonna bring in one of the performers for the night. So I want y'all to do me a favor. Let me know if y'all vibing out, if you feeling the flow. I'm about to jump in my old bag, man. I'm gonna try to make this as smooth as possible. I might stumble, I might not, but it is what it is. I wrote this one back in 2017, if you believe that or not. 2017 on September of 17. Let's go ahead and get into it. Many preach theologies and beliefs to fortify within their own characters a sense of accomplishment. I have this saying though. I feel like if you sprinkle just a little bit of salt on anything, even a fly will consume its fuel. I believe wholeheartedly in being an intangible, being resistant to the cliche theocracies, but that's neither here nor there, seeing as how the world, typo, seeing as how to the world, I'm an outcast whom have zero say on the complexities of socialism. Everything from my sense of humor down to the way I advocate behavior deficiencies are probed and exiled as though a plague has infested their cultural advancements. But let's be completely honest. If we were ever coded the same, you'd be just as sick and tired of being controlled like a lab rat in the center as the next amoeba. You don't like the way I breathe? Well, the thing is, there's more than a sidewalk that you can be accommodated with. We are a breed born from another's past. Our canvas, our brush, our imaginative fabrics were peculiar since the beginning of existence. Not one wrong or right answer come out of the mouth of a Homo sapien. So even though I think the world is congested like a nose, and I prefer to carry a handkerchief at my disposal, doesn't mean I'm a weird or stuck up. I flat out want and won't concur, and will also like to mention that 90% of the earth is covered in water and has absolutely nothing to do with anything. I just wanted to further distance my Steve Urkel pants and conventional way of thinking from all of you Pharisees looking down and discuss that my demeanor. If we're speaking political correctness, then yes, by far your translucency would be accepted in the form of I'm not impressed with your fake blunt arrangements. We are audacious, outdated, overrated, and plain redundant. See, I'm different for lack of sugar, your carbon copy, or every circumference. The odds of me being prime choice is rare, but it's guaranteed you'll be the first to be abolished. I walk with you because it's a privilege. You walk with many and none stand out. I used to think I was alienated from the spread, but I was being polluted towards what's right. I'm gonna drop one more for y'all. just because I feel bad about stumbling. Not really, but I feel bad about stumbling. I want to usher this spirit in properly. I want y'all to show love to Mr. Strav, who's about to come up here. So I want to make sure that he gets the proper introduction. Let's go ahead. I'm going to jump into this other one right now. The way to a poet's mind. Begins with a glance into his shores and a walk upon his land. Peek inside my addiction. And in doing so, make a vein available for the rush that my drug shall induce. Her tenderness sore, her actuality bitter. She wind, wined and dined. Her hour-shaped glass fed on my innermost parts. And now compass has fixated its eye on oblivion. Where you took my pride and shoved it in my face, now all I can do is poke holes in your stories. There's an unquestionable heat that burrows, keeps me safe from winter's death. Can you visualize the sconces, expressions, or judge the judge's gavel talking this plight for sake of a contraceptive statement? I bid you farewell on your travel, for every layer of dust that my flesh returns to is a chanting organ, painting orphan coursing the sweet elusive quest for sunsets that never thirst or spoils. Don't recognize the exotic high will. Let's see if the hands who craft and graft every nook and cranny of Saturn's ring relives in your glands. Brittle bones spin webs deeper than any soil. A double-edged sword could slay, keep the lights in shackles and undress dark flesh. And with that being said, I want to give you the first performer of the nights. Do me a solid. Show some love. Show some love. Show some love
What?
to my brother, Mr. Strav. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
I appreciate the warm welcome.
Yo. What's the word? What's the word?
Shit like that.
I'm gonna try to see if I can
How we
follow
feeling?
your
How
act.
we feeling?
Feeling pretty good. So, see if I can follow your act. Get a nice medium length one and a short one. What you do call ball rolling.
Respectfully. Before you jump into your thing, man, introduce yourself to the people. They might not be familiar with you, but I want them to get familiar with you.
All right. So yeah, I go by Stravofos. Just call me Strav. And I've been writing poetry since I was younger, but I've slowly been starting trying to put myself out there a little bit. My little thing on Threads for little morning inspirations out. I do my course on Instagram, so if you want to check my stuff out, and if you like it, cool. I definitely appreciate the support. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and run in. So I'm gonna do two of them. It's gonna be a nice middle, like I said, a mid-length and a short one, and hopefully I can follow my brother's tough act. This first one's called Midnight Prayers. Lord, it's once again that time. There's so much in my mind just making it difficult to sleep. I just wanted to unwind, leave this day behind. Instead, I lay here and think. So I'll tell you if it's fine. The counsel I seek is divine. Anything less puts me on the brink of where I could reside if I were to cross a line, a fate far worse than intense heat. So I'd rather be refined, but never be confined to what others expect me to be. I'd rather be aligned with those with righteous minds, but those are getting hard to meet. These days, I've really tried. The isolation used to make me cry. I drowned my sorrows with the screen. Seeing other stories come to life, I patiently waited for the birth of mine. I was even too hesitant to blink, out of fear that if I dared to close my eyes, I would miss out on a vital link. But as I grew, I realized whatever I seek, I shall find, even within the throes of defeat. I'm resilient by your design, indifferent to what stirs my mind. My constitution remains at its peak. Just recently, I thought surely I would forever be dead inside. When Dad departed that last May 16th, I was prepared to antagonize everyone claiming to be my allies just so I could get a little bit of peace, but just sent some people to my side to be right there in the nick of time that kept me afloat so I wouldn't sink. I'm still not the same, but I've been revised. What was dormant within me is now alive. I'm now far more determined to achieve all the things my heart has inscribed, to restore light to my family's sight and lay a foundation for when I heard my first seed. All right. And then the second one is shame. Escaping from this cage was halted many plays, of which I was amazed until I let them all decay because I couldn't display any in the same type of way of what was being portrayed. That just wasn't my forte. Just as my ground was being gained, some things began to change, occurring in incessant waves, so I felt I needed a break. Then let the trauma and the pain take it all away, rejecting any embrace, seeking only an escape, thinking maybe this is the way. Perhaps this was a mistake. This isn't what I was made, so who am I trying to replace? Was I really following fate, or just taking delight in being fake? Possibly I just picked up another's case and just went to court for their sake. Then I realized that's not my place. The type of love I tried to demonstrate was born from rejection and hate, deciding others shouldn't feel that way. Knowing this, I entered the charade, reached for the savior, not his domain, and he reminded me of the original play, the first few steps after escaping the cage. And that's all I got.
I got you. I got you. Hold up. Come again. No, we got to give him the proper. There we go. Two dope pieces, man. Two dope pieces. Yes, sir. I love how you talk about God and you include him in your work, man. That's how I know that you're speaking with some experience.
Yeah.
The first verse. Well, let me ask you. Right. What was the motives, or do they correlate in any way, or did they stem from two different places in your life, or did they have anything to do with you personally?
It's a little bit of both. So the first one, the longer one, kind of similar to the last one, is like I wrote that as I was recovering from, losing my dad, coming from a dark place, still wrestling with that, and then just kind of struggling to like remember, who I am and like what I was made for. And the second one was kind of like that one I actually wrote earlier this year when I finally was able to, kind of as I alluded to, like I finally escaped that cage of, wrestling with, what I'm meant to do, and compared to like trying to keep up, because growing up, in an environment, in a community where people expect you to be part of the stereotype. So then you're kind of trying to do what you're made to do, but you're trying to make it appeal. And then in trying to appeal and be everything for everybody else, you kind of just lose sight of it. And then you just end up in this occasion, you end up being detached from your gift, or being suspended from, or God will suspend you from your gift because you're misusing it. And then once I kind of realized, like, okay, I'm not doing this for God anymore, I'm doing this to please people. That's when how I ended it. God reminded me, like, I stopped trying to fill God's role, stopped trying to fill Jesus' role. And then in doing so, you just reminded me of the original play, which was what he intended for me when I first stepped out of the cage the first time.
Hey, you said something that I appreciate you acknowledging, and it's the fact that we get in our own way a good 95% of the time. We don't like something, we try to make the changes or the arrangements fit our own objectives. We got an attitude, we desire something, we work for something, and we want it faster. We take shortcuts, and we interfere and interrupt, and we jump ahead of the schedule. The plan was supposed to be one way, and we wanted to do something else because that was what was best for us. And oh, don't you just love how it always tends to blow up in your face? Gotta love it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sensational.
it's funny, but it's not funny because you could have been so much further ahead if you would have just slowed down, took a deep breath, and understood that there's a reason why things are moving the way they are at a certain pace. But I digress.
So yeah, if you just stayed on the blueprint, stuck with the
And
original
again,
plan.
I love both poems, brother. Oh, exactly. Exactly. But that means you have to understand what that is. You have to know what it is. Identify, accept the mission at hand, and then embrace it. And then don't let nothing distract you or take you off course. But I digress.
Yeah.
But yeah, brother, love the work, man. I'm gonna bring you back up here though. We you know already
Right.
know we spoke. I'm gonna bring you back up. I'm gonna go ahead and give my man his flowers. Bring him up, let him do his thing. I got another one for y'all. Don't think I was just gonna read something, bring my brother up here, and I wasn't gonna do the same thing for the other. So yeah, man. Hang back, man. I'm gonna see you in a few. And yeah, shout out to everybody that's in the building right now. Salutes. We started the show off with some poems. We brought my brother in, and he dropped two dope ones. Loved them. You got to hear some of his music. I'm gonna have to talk with you after this, man, because I want the people to hear it. Like he's on IG. I keep up with him, so I hear a lot of what he puts up, and he be spitting like he really be spitting on some common type stuff. For me personally, I think you would enjoy hearing it. So we're gonna have to connect after, and maybe I can get something posted up here so the people can hear for themselves. But I hope everybody enjoying the show so far, man. I'm glad we got to do this today. Shout out, shout out. If you're not over here, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow my brothers up here if you like what they're doing. If you know any poets, you know anyone who likes this energy, let them come up, tap in with us. You know the vibe. I got a poem right here. I'm ready to read for y'all, and I'm going to bring my man Mike up here. So show him some love. Make sure you tap in with him as well. Um, at Strav, I picked this one specifically because of what you read. I love how things kind of time and connect. in ways that you don't even expect it to. And this one I actually titled. This one was titled Angels and Demons. I remember exactly why I wrote this one. Maybe y'all let me know if you can relate or you understand where I'm going with this one. All right. I'll make a deal that you can't refuse. Give thee gold and silver, just sign your name over to use. I have the keys to all fortune and every wonder upon this land. Just spill your soul into my vanity and drink the blood of your fellow man. Glimmer, shine, dine, rise. I'll clothe your skin with the finest linens, clear away, destroy your feet if you bow to me and commit to sinning. I provide you comfort and false promise. I promise you a high absolute pleasure. You think that love is better than what I can offer, then continue to write out that suicide letter. I want your joy and seek your happiness. I only require you eat at my table. Why pray and tithe or go to church when I can give you a gift of a fable? I bring you lust. I bring you riches. I bring you treasures you can't even fathom. Just give up your beliefs, feast with iniquity, and live as a king until I destroy your family. And keep your faith, keep your dreams. I'll multiply and flourish in all your garden. All I ask is that you change allegiance, cover your ears, and let your heart be hardened. You don't know nothing about spiritual warfare, you're not going to understand that. I promise you. I promise. I'm going to drop y'all one more. And then we're going to bring my man up. I'm going to let him do his thing. And then we're going to close the show out with a little surprise. So lock in. Keep your mind open. So I don't just... The minority perplexed time's calendar to persuade the reaper's scythe, believing that flowers will circumvent destiny's rage. However, if you float down the canal with spiritual awareness, his garments surely shall bask in through the trough you tarry within the souls of your canvas, a gallery limited, every paragraph unwritten in this Pejus metaphor. We like to rectify the explorationist collage, hoping to appease a becoming grammatical discrepancy eating away at the esophagus lining. I beg to feed, I beg to bleed. The mind's synapses is as a starving fetus abandoned by a womb, but you will never identify with its alienation. For each cobblestone tossed into the window's mouth proclaims its bargain with its patron, who will consider the worm when there's no carcass for it to devour. You take and contrast with use and temperance. Turn your eye towards futility because the idea of restitution trembles in the revenant restored in the shadow you treated. Cardinal rules smile in the face of brothers in arms. Or do they apply when the knife has no master? Watersheds and inception are my array of thoughts flowing into a vast mouth without a gauge. We are finally the spectacles that we dream to be, present gifts blessed the center stage after our foes ceremoniously set out to wreak havoc in our lack of communion with the King and Most High. Let our voices engulf the fleeting and bow its power under our thumb. This is the perplexity's day to shine, not tomorrow's competition. Battered minds forge the strongest steel. The heart inanimate sword is opposition. I've taken many breaths and buried many of my accused, and each time I thought they repressed my soul, there was one who dug up my grave. See, then enveloped brave seclusion and reshape irony to fit his or her itinerary, understanding abysmal woes hanging by a vine whose owner sole purpose was to be a stain for the swine. This is the thing, the results. The merchant's graph, his wage for greed, his net growth only need. There is nothing for him, not even a seed, because we stare into the interpreter's mind, debating in our own glory his message to the world. I forgot who's really the intruder.
That was brilliant, brother.
Salute, sir.
Thank you for having me on again.
How you feeling, brother?
You know what? In mind, I'm feeling really good.
That's good. That's good, man. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see both you gentlemen up here on this lovely Friday evening. You know how we do up here, man. I wanted to make sure you got the proper introduction. I'm gonna give you the floor to do your thing, and yeah, man, let the spirit just flow throughout the entire stream. Y'all show my brother some love. I'm about to give him the solo.
Thank you very much, Bill. Appreciate it. I got a couple tonight I want to go through, and actually, I'll do this other one first. I posted this one the other day, but I've never done it as spoken word. But it's simple, and I like the context of it. So it's what it is. What it is, it ain't. What it ain't, it is not. What it's to be is not known. What is unknown is yet to be. But it is what it is, even though it ain't what it isn't. I know not what is unknown. It is that which is known to me, just not during the time I've been present. It is that which will wait for tomorrow, so long as it is yesterday's tomorrow. That way, I ain't waiting to discover what it is. Instead, I know it here and now, for I know not what is unknown, but I do know it is what is, and it ain't what it ain't. It was the first one, and that one I did based on that concept of as above, so below, as within, so without. But I wanted to make it a bit more whimsical. I'll get this other one. This one I actually wrote a few years ago, and then I recently posted it again because I was inspired to write it many years back, and then I got re-inspired to kind of go over it again. It's the wonderful thing about being on social media with IG and Threads is finding the people who inspire you. The red dress, a sweet crimson essence, tightly caressing her sweet form. It enchants and charms the senses. A delightful seduction of mind, evoking sentiments of raw passion. Sensual artistry of beauty displayed. Unique in its graceful yet fury aura. Gorgeous in its subtle savagery, yet lavishly angelic in its expression. Of an exquisite and decadent intimacy. A bold and deeply provocative aura, vibrantly soulful and carnal all at once, blissfully channeling precious temptation, mischievously whispering fond promises, offering beloved revelation of void mystery, a hint of wild pleasure beyond what is seen, by mere presence of a ravishing visage, exemplified and fabulously embellished by the alluring flames of her red dress. Boom, boom. That's it. Those two.
We here. We here. We here. We here. We here. That's what's up. That's what's up, my man. Don't you? I was just having this conversation with bro before the stream, right? And I was like, man, it's something about being able to write something years ago and still be able to relate to it later on in life. Like
Yeah.
the first one that I read was over 6 years ago, but even right now to this day, you can still relate to it. I mean, if you understood exactly what I was saying, you know what I mean? I know it can be complex with certain wordage, but yeah, man, phenomenal pieces, bro. Phenomenal pieces.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely beautiful.
Let me ask y'all real quick. Yeah. Um, do you remember the reason why you write all of your work, or is it just me? I kind of can remember certain ones and why I wrote for them, but then there's others where I'm like, why did I write this? I mean, I know I wrote it because it's my handwriting, but it's like
Yeah.
I don't even remember why I wrote this one specifically. Does that happen to anybody else?
Yeah, for me, I'd say I found that I won't always remember in the moment why I've written a certain poem or certain words or whatever else other thoughts I had. But if I go through it and I'm able to get that emotion, that feeling that I had when I wrote it back again, it brings out what it was that motivated it or inspired it. And that's kind of the fun thing I've done looking back, like something I wrote maybe 15, 20 years ago and rereading it and finding even deeper meaning than I realized I'd put into it the first time. And it's almost like you gain the knowledge and wisdom along the way, and you're able to even understand what those feelings were meant to kind of portray and express. So that part of it, I think that's kind of the joy of it. That's the fun of it, right? And then I was just thinking before, because between all the poems, like what Straw put out there, what you put out there, there were so many lines, so many points where you'd feel emotions being evoked by different words that were said. And then you mentioned even a poem of angels and demons, and I'm laughing because just before I was looking at ones to do, and I got one here called Angels and Devils. You know, just to see these little coincidences that are there, and I was looking whether to read that, but I went through all of them, and I'm like, I couldn't remember which ones I already did on the show before, right? So, but I was just like, even if I've done it before, I'm like, I'm going to try and attempt to do it again, right? So, and then seeing the expression of it, it's just, yeah, it's a great thing to see. It's like each person is reading it in their words, but they're able to express that emotion almost like a blueprint of who they are, their character, and it's unique to everyone. So,
For me, I say it's a little bit similar. Sometimes like I might forget, but the way I write, when I go back, I'll read some of the stuff that I read before and read after, and it kind of tells a story. And then after I can kind of recapture, like, okay, I kind of piece together, okay, this is the mindset I must have been in. Or so I could finally figure out a memory like 5 poems down and be like, okay, I was going through this at this time, or like I saw this or experienced this, and this, like I'm just going back through memory lane. I'm just like, dang, like, yo, I was really gifted. I was really going through something at the time, but it's like so exciting just like be able to look back and see like that catalog and then kind of trace all the way back to where I am now.
Yeah.
What do you think you would what do you think you would be doing if you never picked up a pen? Like if let's say poetry never existed in your world and it was an alternate universe, what would your life look like without that part of you?
That's a good question. I know for me, I think it'd be brutal. I think I'd get lost in the chaos. I'd be mad, but not in like a. I'd say I'm mad as a name, but I look at it as like divinely mad. You know, it's like you're inspired by spirit. I think it'd be the opposite. It'd be mad, but like primally mad, like naturally mad, where you can't rhyme or reason of anything, and it's living in chaos, but like in a destructive way, in a negative way. I feel if I didn't have that outlet, that creative expression, it was based on my life experience. Yeah, it'd make you become undone. That's what would have happened, and not in a pretty way. It would have been ugly. So,
I think I'd pretty much I would probably have some sort of either unhealthy or outright self-destructive habit. Because if I think of everything else I was into like growing up, I was on that thin line of either I would be on the street somewhere or I would be a heavy like video game addict with like probably still living in a basement somewhere trying to chase some dream of being like a EVO competitive tournament participant or something like that.
yeah.
But definitely not a place where I can express myself, all the thoughts that are circling through my mind.
Yeah.
I'm with both y'all on that. I would have had drawing. I used to draw. I don't do it anymore. I think I probably would have just focused more on it. I probably will be exceptionally better. Like I'm fairly decent. But if I would have stayed with it and I didn't have that, I probably would have been way better at doing that. But that part of me was just me coloring, and it's a different type of art. It's not really me getting the work. Like for me personally, I'm someone who battles with shit all the time in my head. Demonic and angelic voices on both sides, always talking, wanting me to do stuff I ain't supposed to. The routine. So on top of not having people to really let that out to, my words have to go somewhere. There would have absolutely been no way for me to keep all of that thought inside of me and draw. The words I have to get rid of the words. I can still draw, but I have to get rid of the words.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I like to do, I've done this a few times. I would write something and I would burn the letter. Or I would write something, I would toss it in a bottle and I would throw it in a river and let it just float and go away. But that's just me. So I mean, yeah. But people need
I've done that
outlets.
before too.
And some people don't have. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cathartic. It's like a release. You're letting go of the past.
Yeah.
Different, maybe about some peace of mind.
All right. Yes, sir. I see my sister is on IG watching. I see you over there. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. We had that point. I told y'all we had a little surprise for y'all, man. And I'm a man of my word, so we gonna close the show out in a entirely unique way. I don't think this has ever been done before. Not to my knowledge. If you know somebody who's done this before, let me know. But we about to get into a poetic cipher. Poetic cipher. So this is how this is going to work. We're going to go in rotation. I'm gonna start it off. We're gonna go to so we're gonna go in the order that we started the show. I'm gonna do it like that. So it's gonna be me. It's gonna be my brother down at the bottom. It's gonna be my brother up here in the corner. Um, and whoever it stops on, if they can't complete the cycle, whoever it stops on, that's where we close out the show. You got
I
me?
like it. I like it.
So, all right.
All right.
So everybody that's watching, you let me know how we do up here. If you like the little cipher things, let me know. We'll keep them going. If you want to be a part of them, let me know, man. This ain't for the weak at heart, but it's just a little fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off. I'm gonna kick it off. Windows burn on both ends of the spectrum. My eyes see from different perspectives, stuck in an objective, keeping my sight clear as day, but my soul doesn't catch the message. I pass it to the bottom. I'm waiting on an answer. Nothing the same as the evil in the ransom.
But I take on the ownership, things I'm dealing with, and burn on the edge of the candle. And, no, I got it. Something I can't even handle. Since I look into a reflection, this deep, uttermost introspection, as I wonder about this specter that's looking through me through the window. I'm trying to get the info. Is that really what I'm here for? Or just something I'm trying to endear that something else is yearning for?
We all yearn in such a way where we chase for our salvation and instead find our damnation. We look to light candles and end up setting larger fires ablaze. It burns away all the falsehoods of our beliefs, chasing us with deceit, only to leave after the immolation the truth that is our divinity within. And it's in that blessing we have the opportunity to shine and truly recognize the inner greatness that we all have and share with all our families.
Inner greatness, chasing patience, abrasive, screw ablation, tasting the peer, peeking into the atmospheric measurements of unclear thoughts, thinking that solutions will undilute or violate the irate pirate inside the menacing temperament, temporarily destroying the cortex, vexing the innermost parts of the demonic features, featuring all over the status quo poet composition decomposing into his notebook, shaken, stirred, not fried, eyes looking like the sky coming down from the fifth dimension.
And if that mention of broken promises that follow along with all any type of accomplishment, because out the window with our confidence, as we shall discover what time it is, because sometimes we think sometimes we're at our most competent, lose our sense of our confidence. And sometimes we think we're just so raw with it that sometimes we end up dropping it.
It's that time that passes, whether it's the sands of the hourglass or the shadows from the sundial, reflecting back towards the shadows within our own souls that we do not accept if we do not do the work needed to rise up and stand as men with honor, as brothers, knowing we'll have each other's back, we're ready to go to war, and we look each other's in the eyes and ask ourselves, are you ready? Are you ready to battle and defeat the demons that come at us? Are you ready to rise up, hold our swords in hand, and fight the battle for what is right? And I know, looking at my brothers, seeing it in their eyes, the valor in their hearts, we will rise up and we will overcome.
Open palm, unexpressive, miles of hurt raging beneath skin surface, facing it unmentionable, like the kiss of a dove with a letter next to a nightstand from the man expected to be the better, complete opposite of the message, the agenda. It feels similar to revisiting my originality, drinking the placenta, exiting the wound that was caused by the same knife that went through them into you. I don't know where I continue or where I end. I start here and fro, up and down, wisdom and truth, stuck in stupidity, rudimentary thinking, penitentiary pen ink leaking, mind stinking, ideologies around me looking like Lincoln, bullet hole to the wound, the headshot, the resemblance of a cartoon, soul hurt, hole wide as a harpoon. But I digress. The mess, nothing more than distress, a cry for help. Rise yourself, do the work, get to the place that you want to be beyond the shelf. Unless the box is where you're comfortable, I turn it and pass it over to the man and the chef.
Say contending with the conditions that might become our own nemesis. That being said, with none of the underlining and all of the emphasis, because once I was limitless, but now I'm looking for a hero to replace me at the lead role, to meet me at the end though, because my end goal seems to be the taste of defeat. Because I no longer want to lead. I just want to leave and just be free. And that's all me.
And that's the key, is to find a way to be free, to release the judgments that we give within, to let go of the folly of our past sin, to look upon ourselves in a way that does not cast stones, but rather builds us up from a foundation that is blessed by something divine. Call it what you will, the universe, God, source, any other name. We know its power is the hope and love and compassion that we find within. And that's what will set us free. That will give us the truth. And that is what I see with my brothers. The value and the sanctity of living life the right way.
We're locked in. Tribe and community. The wise without immunity. Where's the lunacy? Trying to compute it. The lunar eclipse is eluding me, elusively. Lucifer attacking conclusively. Got me stuck in this loop, feeling loopy. Stupidity, rudimentary. Ironic what it does to me, screwing me. Not even conjecture can compute with me. But then again, I can see.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That's what's up. I was trying. But as soon as it came back around, it was like, oh, I gotta I'm gonna have to be a little more sharp, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn.
I found myself going more into philosophy than poetry.
That was dope.
I got some training to do.
We got to do it again. That was awesome.
Oh yeah. That was fun. Let me see something real quick. I ain't even, because we about to get out of here, y'all, man. I was in the zone. I was trying to make sure I ain't embarrass myself up here. Let me go to the comment section, because it was some folks in here. Where let me start right here. Start with Johnny. I find I motivate myself with old work, and after prophecy, the path I'm on. Respectfully. my man over here in the zone too. Funny as hell, bro. My man, he really enjoying this Friday. I ain't mad at you though.
Drinking and dying.
I want to make sure I show them some love, man. I'm glad you enjoy yourself, brother. Laugh at my pain, sir. We're gonna have to do this again, man. Try to get some more folks up here to join in on this good laughter, this great literature. Yeah. I thank y'all though for coming out, man, and kicking it with the people, sharing your words. Strav, man, you got better. You weren't bad the first time, but you're way more comfortable than you was the first time. Way more comfortable than you would.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to you, man.
You know,
Yeah,
appreciate
very
it.
I
much
see
so.
my sister was in here. I don't know if she's still. I love you. I love you. I love you. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Greg, yeah, Greg. Let me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you knew. Yeah, I'm back on YouTube now, man. They was being real petty and kicked me off. But yeah, I'm on here. That's a fact. Just the last one right here. Y'all got anything y'all want to say to the people before we close out though?
Yeah, a quick little thing I just want to say is I'm really focusing on gratitude practices. And one thing I was thinking of on the drive home was obviously I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here with you guys. I feel like it's being an opportunity to hang out with two men who got king energy and express themselves very creatively. But I also realized even just saying gratitude and being grateful for the chance to express a message, whoever hears it, I'm grateful that they got the ears to hear it. So God bless everyone and enjoy your weekend.
I enjoyed the opportunity again, and I hope that between the three of us, you guys heard something that blessed you, something that inspires you to get you through your week all the way until the next one. Something you can take with you for life. And prayers out, like no matter what you're going through, like if you're going through something, it's like you got three men right here that's interceding for you.
Yeah.
Well said. And blessings to you both. Blessings to everybody that's watching. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we return with the after hours. I got something that I want to share with y'all, but I don't think that this particular video is going to fly with YouTube. So we're going to see what happens. But tap in with me if you're available tomorrow, man. Pull up. Until then, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evenings and your weekends.
Peace, brothers.
Yeah.